big Kazakh, 15 stone 4, 24 years of age, and well, he's the guy who had the wonderful win. Saidoff, as you can see, won against the Canadian, outclassed him, but Dildabekov beat the unbeatable Rubalcaba of Cuba.
What a turn up for the books that was. Everyone in the crowd loved it. The 6'8" Cuban brought to his knees on 2 occasions by Dildabekov, who was incredibly crude but very effective. All he did was put his head down and bowl over an enormous right hand, and Rubalcaba didn't have a clue how to get out of the way.
No, Rubalcaba gave him everything, tried to bully him out of it. For a minute or two, it looked like it might happen, but this tough nut from Kazakhstan came back, and well, it was a superhuman performance. Not pretty, but very effective. At this stage, most people who are not British are saying he's the favourite for the gold medal, Dildabekov.
Well, I'm not too sure about that one, Simon. The problem with Rubalcaba, every single punch he threw, he tried to knock Dildabekov out with. And of course, as soon as Dildabekov ducked underneath them and then came up with that enormous right of his, there was no answer from the Cuban, and it was just a terrible performance, I thought, from Rubalcaba, which may actually flattered Dildabekov, to be honest. Oh, that's nice work there from the Uzbek, but how on earth Dildabekov got the points through, I have no idea.
Well, it's not cynical. The judges have been pressing the wrong buzzers, and it seems to me on a couple of occasions here. There's no political bias, they've just blatantly got it wrong. Anyway, back to the fight.
And that was a good performance, beating the Canadian Art Banowski, outclassing Banowski, who, to be fair, was probably in over his head anyway. Didn't look to be the best of Canadians that we've seen over Olympic competitions. That, of course, belongs to Lennox Lewis, the great Canadian.
Sorry?
Sorry, Brit, my apologies.
Get a life. Now the Kazakh's turned it round, isn't he? 5-3 up.
Don't ask me how.
I won't. He's not a stylist, is he? He's not pretty to watch. But Dildabekov is a tough cookie, and he gets the job done his way.
And the crowd, of course, anticipating something huge here, because don't forget, Audley Harrison has been the heaviest supported boxer so far in every single day of these games, and that includes the Australians.
Yes, it was quite amazing. Suddenly it became a sea of Brits who appeared, and they will be making themselves felt shortly. You just can't see them arriving at the moment, but I'm sure that's exactly what's going on. Remember, Audley Harrison is next up against Paulo Vidos, but some rather ungainly stuff in the opening round. Huge roar going up. I sense it might be the result of a basketball match which has been happening earlier on.
Yeah, the Australian women, of course, winning earlier against Brazil. Oops, well, they both ignore the referee here, these two. They can't hear so much applause from the audience about that result, they didn't hear the referee's instruction.
He's not read too many coaching books, has he, Dildabekov?
Thank goodness. The day someone teaches this guy to box will be the day he starts to lose. But he's very good at what he does. He's crude, he's strong, and he's game.
Yes, there's no doubt Rubalcaba hit him with several brutal blows, and they just bounced off him.
That's right. But, you know, we've said, haven't we, all along, that these Kazakhs are incredibly tough men by their very nature. And I'm sure there's an awful lot tougher than Dildabekov out there.
Don't tell him that, though.
I'll tell him you said it.
You would.
Still very close, a minute to go, 8-7 to Dildabekov in the blue, and the quality is coming from the Uzbek, but not being reflected here on the scorecard.
Suddenly, Dildabekov goes to a 3-point lead.
And And again, doing what he did against Rubalcaba, although not with the same degree of crudeness.
He's an ox of a man. Dangerously near the borderline. Oh. And Saidoff vents his frustration.
Well, a big miss there from Dildabekov, scored.
So at the halfway stage, the favourite from Kazakhstan has that 4-point advantage. Dildabekov, who says that he will turn pro after these games, and there'll be a lot of interest in him. Because...
Where?
Well, all over the world.
Yes, of course, being an Olympic medalist. And it looks like he's pretty certain to go on to get a silver here, minimum. It says so much, of course, for a new professional, doesn't it?
And he's got a crowd-pleasing style, hasn't he? Won't please the purists, but the crowds. It was a kind of a rocky performance, wasn't it, Dildabekov against Rubalcaba?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you couldn't have written that in a film script, could you? And not for anyone to believe, anyway. Halfway point, it's got to be said that the better Rustam Saidoff is 4 points behind here. He's a much neater boxer, but so far, Dildabekov has got that, well, it's cut down to 3 points, but I don't think Saidoff's out of this one, Simon.
Huge roar as Dildabekov unleashes. And the crowd getting a bit frustrated with the referee. And here is a monumental effort from this brutal man from Kazakhstan. Look at him unleashing here.
Well, the gum shield there, offside off, knocked out, but he put it back himself without having it rinsed. Well, the referee there warning Dildabekov for slapping, and he did a lot of that against Rubalcaba, of course, but got away with it every time.
Yes, he breaks every rule and defies logic to a certain degree. And sometimes he gets by just on raw strength.
That's all he's got, isn't it, really?
But he's got plenty of it.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And it looks like we're going to be saying goodbye to Mr. Saidoff here. 8 points behind. Not looking good now for Rustam Saidoff.
But he's wide open and races in so big, does Dildabekov. He's vulnerable to a big blow. Saidoff has a puncher's chance.
But of course, as we saw against Rubalcaba, those bombs from Rubalcaba landed on this Dildabekov's face, and it didn't make much of a difference, did it, Simon?
It didn't.
And Saidoff more a boxer than he is a puncher, but he's going to need a knockout very shortly. Low blow there from Dildabekov. He doesn't care where they land, does he?
No, he doesn't. He's raw.
Very unpredictable, of course, as well, which means that the opponent can't read him at any point.
Took a big right then, and just leant on Saidoff as if to say, that didn't hurt me at all.
Well, public warning now against Dildabekov. He wants to be very careful. He's slapping all night, and he can find himself getting chucked out here. Oh, nice uppercut.
So 2 points automatically for Saidoff because of the public warning. But I fear he's too far behind to turn this around on the point system. Big round for the man from Kazakhstan. And Saidoff now needs a knockout. Sense that Saidoff needs a machine gun, because mere mortal weapons are not going to be enough against Dildabekov.
Good point.
Some of the crushing action from round 3. So final round. Mukhtarхан Dildabekov of Kazakhstan, well in front here against Rustam Saidoff, but is he going to sit on his lead? I don't think so.
No, no way. He's a very pugnacious character, and having said that, he's holding now. He's already got a public warning, of course, in the previous round for slapping, and he wants to watch it here. And it's unthinkable that Saidoff could find the punch to put Dildabekov out of this one. Well, the corner's been thrown out now. Dildabekov's corner has gone. And so, has Saidoff's.
Well, they can have their own scrap. It'll be like a tag fight.
Yes.
Behind the scenes. You're on your own, boys.
Well, they've got another corner man, of course. But they must leave the arena completely.
Good shot from Saidoff. But he's running out of time now. He's got to land one big one to finish it off. Oh, that was enormous.
Oh,
and again.
Well, coming back strongly now here, Simon. But,
good effort. Still needs to knock him out.
Oh, and get a big right from Dildabekov.
He's hard.
He looks hard, doesn't he?
He does. He's taken some big shots here in this 4th round. Saidoff has had a good time.
Oh. Saidoff there showing a very good chin. That was the best right hand, I think, that Dildabekov's have landed so far in this one. He's landed plenty of them.
Yes.
But that was a clean one.
Both got good chins. Into the last half minute. And these two.
Looking too low there, and a low shot as well. Is he going to get another public warning? He's not.
I don't know what the referee's doing getting in between them. He's ruining Saidoff's momentum. And Dildabekov looks nearly out on his feet. He can take punches, but he's nearly worn out. Then he took a big one there, didn't score, nearly put him away. And now he's got to hang on, although he doesn't believe in hanging on, and he's going to be all right. But this has been a very good last round for Rustam Saidoff.
Almost ruined by the referee, though, Simon.
Brutal fight. But it's all over. And Mukhtarхан Dildabekov has taken it.
Although Saidoff thinks he's won, waving his fist around in the air, thinks he's won it.
Well, he's in for a rather ruinous surprise. It was close.
Of course, means that Dildabekov will face the winner of our next contest.
Which is Paolo Vidos of Italy against a certain man from Harrow, Audley Harrison. Bronze medalist already, going for silver or gold tonight. Well, he will go for a chance for silver or gold in 2 nights. A chance for the final. And our first finalist from Britain since 1968, Chris Finnegan. Dildabekov takes it. Mixed reception. A lot of the crowd think that Saidoff won, and yeah, for me, I scored it pretty even.
Yeah, he was certainly the better boxer, Saidoff, but Dildabekov the more effective of the two. Well, Dildabekov it is who faces the winner of our next contest featuring Audley Harrison and, of course, Paolo Vidos of Italy.
Interesting to see how many Brits have made it through here to the exhibition centre. I know a lot of our commentators on Eurosport